Hello, guess where I've been?
Go on, have a guess.
I've been to London. So what have I been doing in London for 5 whole days? Well, got to London in the evening, checked into the hotel, then went out for dinner. And I ended up ordering fish and chips at some restaurant. Imagine that. No, it wasn't the classical fish and chips or the notorious one. We ate at Q's. The next day, it was a wonderful day. Strangely enough, I thought London was all about rain, but for some strange reason, for those 4 days that I was there, it was beautiful weather. So Thursday I decided, why not, go to Thorpe Park. So I ran around Thorpe Park a bit and rode a couple of things. For example, on Colossus, my first Cobra Roll, first Corkscrew. Boy, that thing was fun. Then I had my first real inverted coaster. Nemesis Inferno. And that was quite fun as well. I did not go on the Thaw because I found out that it was half dark scary ride.
I'll let you move.
But if it wasn't for the dark ride, I think I would have gone on it and enjoyed, well, I don't know if Eurofighter is enjoyable. And stealth was out of order for the moment, but I wouldn't go to such extreme heights yet. However, I did do the tidal wave, and I'm not sure if I regret it. Just that I don't really like to get soaking wet at certain times of the day. For example, a little wind, lots of sun, maybe. And all those variables that will get me to go on a soaking wet ride. And I did a silly mistake. I spent £70 on Ultimate Fast Track. I wasn't sure how much I was going, and I ended up just going one on almost everything, well, at least one of every thrill, except for Saw. So I made a terrible mistake, but I had fun nonetheless. Friday, I met up with some long-lost second cousins, and it was quite fun meeting them again. I met them once upon a time back in the days when I was minute. Saturday, I went to Cambridge and looked around the universities there, enjoyed a nice bus tour, and went back to the hotel. Simple as that. Sunday I decided to take a bus tour around parts of London. Went to see the sights, Big Ben, the Eye.
We are in Piccadeli. The area gets its name from the plethora of tailor shops that were once in the centre.
Also took a nice little boat tour.
The first London bridge built here by the Romans in 43 AD collapsed into the River Thames, and that's where we get the nursery rhyme from.
Then Monday, nothing much to see, just walk around town, have something to eat, and then went off to the airport and back home to this little place we call Sweet. talked about that, and there's still half the video limit left. I might as well talk about some other stuff, eh? Some of you have been wondering, how do I make the flashes in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3? Well, let's see if I can put this very simply. Was that too quick for you? Let me try that again. You see? Anyone can do it. Nah, not everyone, but you know, those with enough computer or video effect skills. Wonder if it's edible. Okay, to be serious now, let me show you how exactly what one does. Let's see now, we move up, make sure the camera is pointing at us, and then we give this, to make life easier, we trim it a bit. And then we look at attributes, and then we pick up lens flare or some kind of big white blotchy thingy looking like a big flash or something, and just place it right there. Click. Oh, and then some settings if you really want to be picky about something. And then repeat about 4 times. Well, 3 times actually, so that you get 4 lights. Ah, 4 lights! Yeah, poor little Picard. And then, if you should happen to have, you can also, or add before the lights, we have a little something called diffuse glow, which does this to the picture. Or alternatively, you can also just brighten up the place just a tad on its own. Whatever works for you, or whatever you have. Free things, expensive things, cheap things, whatever you have that can edit this video so that it looks like the pictures, so that the cameras take actual pictures. Yeah, you have that? Now quit asking me silly questions like that, okay?